Hello, guys, and welcome. I am the over-enthusiastic horror guy, and as some of you may or may not know, had a particularly shitty start to the week this week, and, well, as you can see, horror collection's not fully up yet, so I apologise for the echo. And going back to what I was saying about the week, got me really thinking about what I want to do for my next video, and, well, this one seems only fitting, as I spent almost 14 hours in a car. So I had a lot of time to think about this one. So this week's video, and it seems very, very fitting, is my top 6 revenge movies. Would have been a lot more, but these are the 6 that are really, really, really good. So sit back and enjoy, and let's get on. So first up, from 1971, we have The Abominable Dr. Phibes, starring the legendary Vincent Price. He plays, well, Dr. Phibes, and is getting revenge on the 9 doctors that he believes were responsible for the death of his wife, Victoria. Now, I gotta say, I love this film, and it's not just because of, like, it being about revenge, obviously, but Vincent Price doesn't open his mouth at all, but he speaks in possibly one of the most unique ways I've ever seen in any horror film. And each death is just so over elaborate and so over the top. It's absolutely fantastic. I could talk about this film all day, but I've only got that much time. But if you haven't actually witnessed this movie in all its absolute glory, give it a go. It's definitely one of the most personifications of revenge movie out there, and it is absolutely incredible, I'm not going to lie. And next up, we have from 1987, Retribution. This is a film about 2 men who are born on the same day and die on the same day. Only one of them doesn't die. He comes back, he actually survives the fall, but he's not all the same. He's possessed by the spirit of the murder gangster and starts seeking revenge on the guys that killed him. That doesn't sound like much of an interesting plot, but believe me, its execution is so goddamn good. It is absolutely ridiculous at just how good this film is. I picked it up by pure fluke on VHS, like a long, long time ago. I fell in love with it instantly. It's very well shot. The visuals are stunning. It kind of feels like you're watching an Italian horror flick just by the vibrant colours it uses. But it also has one of the most chilling lines I've ever heard in any other film. It might not seem chilling to you guys, but personally I just find it really chilling, and if you can actually get your hands on this one, I really do recommend you check it out. It is absolutely fantastic, much like the other films on this list. And in at number 4, from 1988, we have Pumpkinhead, everybody's favourite demon of revenge. This is about Ed Harley, whose son is accidentally killed by a bunch of teenagers, and in a fit of grief and rage, summons the demon Pumpkinhead to slowly murder them off one by one. Now, the first time I saw this, absolutely fell in love with it, and it's not just because of the story about revenge, but how good Pumpkinhead as a creature looks. He's so underappreciated as a movie monster, it should be a crime. It's hard to really say what separates Pumpkinhead from other movie monsters that I just find so appealing. But when you watch it, you will actually understand just how well done the prosthetics is for the demon himself. The film actually has some really good moments of absolute tension, and it doesn't feel like you're actually watching a demon movie. It feels more like along the lines of a slasher flick. But that could just be me talking about it, but I would actually like to know your opinions on this particular one. Like, how do you find it and how do you perceive it? I would actually really like to get a conversation going up about that one. And in at our number 3 spot, we have Orca from 1977. Now, this film keeps getting pigeonholed in the Jaws ripoffs, but to be perfectly honest with you, it's nothing like Jaws, and here's why. The premise is about a male killer whale seeking revenge on the human that murdered his mate and his unborn child. Now, this film is guaranteed to make me cry every single time I watch it. It has one of the saddest moments I've ever seen in any film ever. and it's just sad, as you can see from the trailer there. I mean, this whole bit is just cruel beyond belief. But watching the killer whale itself actually get revenge on the human is biblical. This thing goes through so much just to try and get this cowardly human to fight it. And obviously, with him being human, he's like, oh, I'm not going to do it. But then he pushes him one final push, and then we get the final battle between man and Orca. And it's a really good fight scene. This film is genuinely really good. And like I said, it often gets regarded as a Jaws ripoff, but once you watch it, you will see there are near enough no similarities at all between the two. And I do urge a lot more people to see this movie. You think Free Willy's lovely? Watch the opposite. In our number 2 spot, we have Evil Speak from 1981. Now this is a movie for anybody who's ever been bullied. Stanley Cooper Smith is in a military academy full of rich, spoiled kids, and because he's lost his parents, he's kind of a ward of the state, so he's stuck in this school with these ass clowns. Now, you really do feel sorry for him throughout this entire flick, because he's not the best looking guy on the planet, but he's super, super intelligent, and he uncovers a tomb by a disgraced priest known as Father Esteban. Now, the whole church has been built on him, but what they fail to realise is he was actually a Satan worshipper. So Stanley Cooper Smith, being the intelligent sort that he is, decides to use the Black Mass to get revenge on everybody that's ever wronged him. And when I say he gets revenge, I mean he really gets revenge in this one, and literally all hell breaks loose. It's the catalyst that sets it all off. It's the most tragic part. And if you're an animal lover like myself, you kind of would agree he's done the right thing in this one. Now, I highly, highly, highly recommend everybody check this movie out at least once. It's bloody, and it's vengeful, and it's absolutely awesome. And our number 1 spot, well, obviously, has to go to The Burning from 1981. Often regarded as a Friday the 13th ripoff, I'd say it's really not. Well, just because it's set in a campground doesn't make it a ripoff. Unlike Friday the 13th, where it's an angry mother getting revenge on the camp counsellors that she believed were responsible for the death of their child, this one's about a really pissed off groundskeeper who's set on fire by a prank that goes wrong and comes back and is just extremely pissed and just wants to kill all the little kids that he thinks are responsible. To be fair, I mean, you would be pretty pissed off if you were burnt 99% of your body. But he uses shears, and I just think they're a cool horror weapon. I mean, this film itself is genuinely, well, I wouldn't say it's the best slasher in the movie in the world, but I love it. Because it doesn't hold back. Cropsey does not give a shit about anyone in this movie. He kills anything and everybody. And
there you have it, guys. My top 6 revenge movies. I probably did miss a couple out there, but these are the ones that just really, they really, really tickle my pickle, as it were. But if you've got any recommendations for future videos or lists or anything like that, or just want to leave a comment, just drop me a comment below, and I will see y'all in the next video.